Hey gorgeous, welcome back to another Sims 4 speed building video. I hope you're all doing well. So today we're building kind of a magical cottage, and that is no surprise. If you have been staying up to date with Sims news, you know that the Sims team, they announced a new roadmap for the next 2 months for The Sims 4, and they have announced a game pack, which has to do with the night, and I have seen the teaser, and I think we can all agree that it will be werewolves. So I'm quite excited. I'm really curious to know what you guys think. Personally, I'm not someone who is very big on occult gameplay, but I think that so far the Sims team has done a very good job on the occult game packs that have come out so far, especially vampires and the realm of magic. So I'm very curious to see how a werewolf pack is going to look like, and I'm quite interested to see how it's going to work, and I'm excited to get my hands on it. So hopefully it won't be too long of a wait, but so far they have not announced yet when they will drop the new pack or when they will release more information even. So maybe by the time they have one, I just haven't stayed up to date. But as far as I'm aware at the moment, we don't know a lot yet. But from the teasers that they have shown, I mean, come on, it can't be anything else. It's werewolves, and I'm very excited. So yeah, I thought I would do a little bit of a magical cottage to stay in that occult theme, if you will. The story behind the cottage that I built is that it is actually for a couple, and the couple consists of a spellcaster and a werewolf, and I thought it would be a very interesting combination, a very useful combination as well, because spellcasters, one of the things that they do is brewing potions, and they need to collect all sorts of ingredients to be able to make their potions. And if you remember, if you have played The Sims 3 and you've played with werewolves, I think one of their special abilities was to hunt and collect stuff. So I thought it would be an interesting combination to have one of the couple be a werewolf, and at night they go out and about and collect all the stuff that the spellcaster would need to brew their potions. So that is kind of the storyline that I had in mind for this cottage. I wasn't really sure on what kind of lot, or especially in what world I wanted to build this cottage in. I was at first drawn to either Forgotten Hollow or what's the other one called? The one that came with the spellcasters, Glimmerbrook. That's the one. So, but none of the lots really made sense. Like all the lots in Glimmerbrook, they had a pathway leading up to them, like a stone path leading up to them, and I wanted it to look more secluded, so that didn't really go with the vibe that I had in mind. And then Forgotten Hollow, I thought was just too spooky, and I didn't really want to go with a very spooky build. I wanted to go with a more whimsical, more fairy tale kind of a feel. So in the end, I actually went with the world of Henford on Bagley, and this is the lot that is on the top right corner, if I'm not mistaken, on the world. This is where the elderly couple live. Near the waterfall, as you can see. So it's a very secluded lot, and I think that kind of suited the storyline of The Sims that I have in mind. So this is not a build for my save file, guys. This is just a little bit of a random build because I was in the mood to build something occult stuff because of all the werewolf rumors that we have been hearing. So I won't be making these Sims, but you know, as you know, when I'm making a build, I always kind of like to think of a storyline of The Sims that I would imagine living here. So So by the way, guys, if you want to download this build, you can find it on my gallery page at the moment. My origin ID is BriaSimsYT, but you can also just search for the hashtag BriaSims or the hashtag BriaSimsYT. You should be able to find this little cottage there. So I wanted to talk a little bit about my save file, because actually for today I was really hoping to finally do the save file overview, but you guys, it's so much work to make all the townies. Every time I'm thinking like, yeah, I'll just spend about 20 minutes making a family, and then I'm going into, you know, the Sims wiki, and I'm trying to find all the family members, and I'm making all of those family members. And you know, I think with, for example, the Goth family alone, I think I spent like 2 hours on them, and then the Pleasant family also took me multiple hours, and then I had the brilliant idea to introduce the Broke family as well. I currently don't have a house in my save file for the Broke family, but I wanted, because I know that Angela Pleasant, her boyfriend, is the teen from the Broke family. I forgot his name. I think it was Dustin, but I'm not sure. So I wanted to introduce the Broke family as well. And if you're aware, Brandy Broke, so the mom of the family, she's the daughter of Bob and Betty Newby from The Sims 1. So, and I wanted to create all of the ancestors and make sure that they all have a place in the cemetery. And oh my god, I'm so excited to show you the save file, especially to show you the cemetery, because I've been there. I've visited the cemetery a few times now at night with my Sims, and you would just have so many ghosts and all the ancestors of the Sims that live in the world of these classic Sims 2 and Sims 3 townies. And it's just very, very cool. It's very cool. I can't wait to show you guys. But yeah, I also didn't want to rush it. I don't want to I want to do a good job, basically. So I want to take my time to make sure that it's all perfect. So yesterday evening, I decided that I won't be able to finish it for today. And I also didn't want to just not upload this week at all. So I made a very, very last minute decision to do a little build. So I came up with this because I felt very inspired with the werewolf announcement, or not werewolf announcement, werewolf rumors rather. So yeah, I hope you guys are not too upset that this is not yet the save file release. I really, really hope it will be next week, but I'm kind of scared to make promises now. Like I said, I just want to do a good job. I just want it to be perfect, and I want you guys to be excited to play with it and not run into any, you know, major plot holes or major mistakes or whatever. So I just wanted to make sense and make sure that everything is set up properly, and that you guys actually feel the desire to play with pre-made townies, because that was one of the things that really bugged me with The Sims 4. In The Sims 2, the townies all had very, very interesting backstories, as well as in The Sims 3, so I enjoyed playing with the pre-made townies. In The Sims 4, like, they're just decoration, basically, for the world. So, and now with all the updates that we've had throughout the years, especially having family trees and stuff like that, I really wanted to update this game, and so it would be more interesting to play with again. By the way, if you guys are just clicking on this video and you've never seen a video of mine, you might be so confused about what I'm talking about. So if you don't know, if you're new here, I'm also working on a save file. My save file is basically bringing back all Sims 2 and Sims 3 townies and giving them more interesting backstory. So it's not necessarily a continuation of the Sims chronological timeline. So if you don't know, The Sims is on a timeline starting with The Sims 3, then The Sims 1 and The Sims 2. I mean the storylines for the townies, that is. But The Sims 4 is on an alternate timeline, which I kind of like that idea, but the alternate timeline in EA's mind is just no backstories at all, no lore at all. So I'm going with an alternate timeline, and I have kind of made up that Mortimer Goth went back in time to save his wife Bella Goth from getting abducted by aliens, but that sets like a different chain of events in motion, so the storylines of all the Downies have changed quite a bit. So it's an alternate timeline, but with more depth to it than The Sims 4 originally had. So if you're interested in Sims lore and that sort of stuff, definitely make sure to give me a follow or a subscribe so you can stay up to date with what is happening with my save file. And actually, I hope to have the first version released very, very soon. I mean, I've been saying this for 2 weeks now, guys, but really, really very, very soon. I'm so far ahead. I think I only have like a few more townies left to make, and then I'm just going to go through all of the families, make sure that all their skills and jobs and relationships between the households are set up properly, and write the descriptions, and then we're good to go. So I'm very, very excited to share that with you guys. So yeah, that's basically what I wanted to share with you quickly. As you can see, we have now moved on to the inside of this build. When you enter the house, you walk into a little cauldron room. The floor plan was quite tricky because it is a very, very small build. I don't think it actually counts as a tiny house residential. I haven't tried that actually, so feel free to do that if you want to, but I haven't at the moment. But it's a very, very tiny house. So you walk into the room with a cauldron, then you have like a little kitchen dining area and a bedroom and a little 2x2 bathroom, 4-tile bathroom. Yeah, that's it. There's not even a proper lounge room because I just did not have space for it. Maybe if I did the floor plan a little bit differently, I may have been able to do that, but I don't know. I just kind of like how kind of messy the floor plan is, how do you call it, like higgledy-piggledy the house is, as well as the exterior, as the interior. I thought that kind of went with that magical and whimsical vibe, if you will. So I used a lot of cottage living in this build. Obviously, it's in the cottage living world, but on the exterior, I think the wallpaper, because originally I wanted to like just use cottage living, but I think the wallpapers are from Spooky Day and Bowling Night stuff, so apologies. I know that my builds are usually quite back heavy, so is my save file, unfortunately. I do want to do more limited builds in the future. So pack restricted, base game only. I have one base game only build on my channel, but I definitely want to do more pack restricted builds. So it's just easier for everybody to download that way because, you know, I don't use custom content, so it's easier to download, but then I use all the packs, which is not easy to download at all. I mean, I didn't even have all the packs for the longest time. I think I did have all of the expansion packs and game packs, but the stuff packs, I just kind of picked and chose the ones that appealed to me. And I only recently, with a sale, got all of the packs that I was still missing so far. So at the moment, I have all of the packs except for a couple of the kits. So I don't have any of the Create a Sim kits, and I also don't have the Bust the Dust kit, which, I'm sorry guys, it's such a weird flex, by the way, me talking about all the packs that I own. Apologies, I really don't mean it like that, so apologies. So yeah, I don't really know what else to talk about. I think, by the way, we are near the end of the speed building part of this video anyway. So I think I'm just going to leave this voiceover right here. And I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to let me know by leaving a like or a comment, or feel free to subscribe if you want to see more of my future videos. And I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye!